We're going to talk about this man, a soul legend who helped to shape the sound of the 60s and the 70s, now nearly 40 years. After the death of Marvin Gaye, there's a claim that previously unheard music has been discovered.
Now, he lived in Belgium towards the end of his life, and a lawyer representing the people he lived with says a huge collection of his belongings has been found, and it includes costumes and audio cassettes. Our reporter, Kevin Connolly, has more.
Marvin Gaye, seen here in a legendary performance at Montreux, made some of the greatest records in pop history. But what if there are more songs, maybe more classics, that no one has ever heard?
These are the tapes that we found.
This Belgian lawyer says there is just such a track, although he's keeping it under wraps for now. He'll describe it to us, but he won't play it to us.
It's an amazing song with a great tune, great lyrics, catchy, and I thought this is a planetary enlightenment moment.
I'm interested to hear them.
The jazz musician and Marvin Gaye expert Gary Crosby is looking forward to hearing any new songs.
Undiscovered Marvin Gaye tapes would be a gift to the world of music at this present moment, from my perspective, you know, because we don't know until we hear the tapes. We actually don't know. But we are talking about Marvin Gaye, one of the greatest artists of all time. There's bound to be something of value in there.
We did, though, hear a sample of hours of private recordings. Marvin Gaye's voice is tuneful, his mood sometimes playful.
Is the tape on? Thank God, because I would never remember that again.
A vast collection of memorabilia has turned up in Belgium because in the early 80s, the seaside town of Ostend was a place of refuge for Marvin Gaye, whose life in London had spiralled out of control. When he left, the family he lived with say he left them box after box, audio cassettes, documents, notebooks, lyrics, and stage costumes, theirs to dispose of as they pleased.
It's a book full.
That red jacket is the one Marvin wore in Montreux. Under Belgian law, the family's lawyer says they have the absolute right to sell it.
The clothes and the accessories, they will be sold.
Any new music, though, could only be sold with the permission of Marvin Gaye's children. Compromise is called for, says Alex Trapaniers.
I want to reach my hand to the family, because when you exploit the copyright which is in the tapes, you can't do that without the authorization of the estate, which is his 3 children.
If his kids become aware of this, Marvin Gaye's children who are his heirs, and they just say, that's our dad, I mean, like, morally, you should give this back.
Well, morally, I prefer to work with them on this.
If there are to be negotiations over any new material, they have yet to start. But there is at least a chance that new Marvin Gaye music may one day emerge to add to the legend of one of the great names in the history of pop. Kevin Connolly, BBC News, Ostend.
Didn't have enough music there.
No.
Can never have enough of that man, never.